I'm very excited to share the news with you that I finally got my PMP certification done.
Thanks to EduHubSpot.com and Varun's mentorship.
The material provided by EduHubSpot is fantastic and the mentoring is phenomenal.
I could not accomplish this feat without the outstanding mentorship of Varun.
I would like to thank EduHubSpot for all the support that was given to me in this journey.
If you're looking to be certified just like me, EduHubSpot is your go-to place.
Thank you, EduHubSpot, for helping me become a PMI Certified professional.
I want to give credit to my success to the EduHubSpot team.
Hey Venkat, congratulations on passing the PMP exam, and I'm so happy for you, Venkat. Yeah, you have to tell, man, how is your feeling right now?
Yeah, I feel awesome, and really, I'm really grateful to EduHubSpot for the fabulous training provided by Varun and you. And it's overall teaching plus the hard work that I have put in. Everything it's like a teamwork, and it has turned to be a success. And uh, it was a very good experience with respect to communication and the way how we leadership concepts and the management concepts with respect to people, process, and business environment. I was able to correlate all these things with respect to our work experience, and also with respect to PMA process. PMA process, the questions will be more with respect to PMA process we need to answer. So that was really a very good experience for me.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing this, Venkat. And thank you for accompanying me and Varun on your success. So kind of you.
Yeah, exactly. Because Varun and you played a major role in this. The way you frame the questions and the way how you need to answer, and for that answer, what kind of reason that you guys are providing. That's the main reason behind that success.
Thank you. Thank you, Venkat. Yeah, and I have set of questions which I wanted to ask you, Venkat. Let me start asking one by one. The reason I have framed this question is to extract your PMP preparation experience and to share it to the audience, so that if my students watch this interview, they should get motivated. And anyone who watched this interview, they should get motivated. That is the sole purpose. So let's start asking questions. My first question to you is, please share your professional background. What do you do?
So I'm having an overall experience of 15 years in information technology, and earlier I was working in a manufacturing company which close to 3 years. So I am basically a techno managerial guy. So I'm currently working as a project manager, data analytics in Sutherland Global Solutions. So before that, I was working in HCL Technologies as a technical lead, where I was managing a team, and also I was an individual contributor in the area of risk management. I have project management and also data analytics. So I have worked on multiple domains like medical devices, pharmaceuticals, and automotive area. So this is my brief background.
Thanks for sharing this. And I know personally you, Venkat, you are a little busy person, in the professional life. My next question to you is, what was the most challenging part of the PMP process for you, and how did you overcome it?
Yeah, the first point is time management. So with respect to time management, there are a lot of constraints due to office working hours. So I used to uh, uh, f- sit after the office hours every day, every business day, and there are lack of concentration when I read PMI book, which was very difficult. We go to PMI book and all before it was really like I feel sleepy. So when I overcame by preparing a detailed study plan, preparations, and balanced work life. So it was like I planned in such a way, like I get up early in the morning and go for do some exercises and keep yourself hydrated, and do some stretching, so where you keep your body really fit and re-energize whenever before I sit for PMP preparation every day. So like this I motivated myself and I overcame all the challenges.
That's nice to hear. That's nice to hear. And that's my next question also, Venkat, for you. See, this PMP journey, it's a little long process. We have to study close to 1 to 2 months. So what strategy you followed to keep yourself focused and motivated while you're preparing for PMP?
So mainly the strategy was to concentrate on the Varun videos. So when you log into the EduHubSpot website, so these videos, question and answers videos, and the explanation for each and every, whenever I mark the answer wrong, I go through the explanation. So that's a very key thing in this exam. And wrong answers, we need I did a thorough retrospection and thought process behind that. So I corrected my thought process. So I was correlating with my office work, but I need to correlate with my PMI process. That's more important. So I have usually I need to I reached 1 hour early. See, when I booked the center, I reached 1 hour early, and I used to do some deep breathing and all, so which keeps myself fit and relaxed, as it's a very difficult exam. So, and also the another strategy is, like, each and every question, you have three options, like more or less very similar. So you need to revise all the notes which I revised all the notes which was given by EduHubSpot, and go through the I have went through the videos at least 3 times. Each and every video at least 3 times I would have gone through in the past of 4 to 5 months. So I was a part of EduHubSpot from June. Once the boot camp was over, I started preparing.
Okay.
So
Good.
I made frequently. I made notes, and it was like 80-page notebook was over. So I used to scribble a lot. So, like, what and all my thought process, and I write Varun's video answers, and I used to compare, and find out the reasons behind why he's saying like this, why it's mentioned as Pimbak like that. I used to reason out. So by reasoning out, I came to a conclusion. So these answers will be more accurate.
Got you, Venkat. Thanks for sharing. I think with your 80 pages note, I think you should consider publishing a book. Just on a fun.
Yeah, sure. Actually, all these are from EduHubSpot only. The notes were from EduHubSpot, and also the boot camp that I attended, 15 days boot camp attended with you.
Thanks for sharing this, Venkat. And being a busy professional, giving time for studies is very important. How did you manage your time while you're preparing for this PMP exam?
The I used to get up early in the morning. Before that, I used to wake up at around 8 a.m. or 8:30. But once I started made my mind that I should clear PMP, I used to get up little earlier at 5:30 to 6, because my strategy is more like early morning. If I go through all the notes right, it will be fresh, and it is also it I can able to retain it in my memory for a very long time. And also evening time, after the office hours, I go for a walk and take a shower, and I can sit for another 1 hour for solving some problems.
Okay. So if I correctly understood, you alerted a time for PMP, morning 1 hour and evening 1 hour. Okay. Good. Thanks for sharing this, Venkat. And can you share your experience with the actual PMP exam? How was the actual PMP exam?
Okay. See, basically the PMP exam, the questions, the first few minutes are very critical. So you need to quickly catch up with the keywords. The questions were really lengthy, and what I did was I identified the keywords in each and every questions. It's a very crazy exam. Like the timer will be on all the time, so the options were really very confusing. So I practiced a lot. So I ensured that I was able to correlate all the keywords in the question with the answers, and also the follow the PMI process rather than going with the office mindset. I stick to the PMI mindset. So PMI thought process was there within me, and it really helped me in the exam. And I went to the local center one half an hour early. So because in home there are a lot of risks, like internet, there are some distractions. So I went to the local center, and I also read 3 to 4 times each. And the first half an hour, I was going through the questions very carefully. I would have read the question at least 3 to 4 times.
Okay.
So because I felt like somewhere I was missing 1 or 2 options. So both were equal. Both answers were equal. So I went 3 to 4 times very fast. I did it very fast. So yeah. So when I went for the break, I took 10-minute break. 2 10-minute break I took. At the time, I drank a lot of water to stay myself hydrated, and I did some stretching also, which helped me in
Okay.
avoiding the panic.
Okay, okay. I think you are a fitness freak, man,
Yeah,
and good to meet a like-minded people. I'm also like you.
yeah,
I'm a fitness
yeah,
freak.
yeah. I usually
Yeah.
I recently joined a gym, so in the month of June when I started my boot camp.
Okay.
So
Okay. I think that helped you a lot. I think so.
exactly, exactly. It keeps you brisk.
Yeah.
Actually, your brain works very faster.
True, true. 100% agreed. 100% agreed. And also, Venkat, I have one more question on the actual PMP exam. How much agile you had? How much predictive you had? Can you approximate at least? You saw more questions on agile or predictive. Can you talk about
Yeah,
that?
around 50% of the questions were from Agile.
Hmm.
So, few questions were with respect to hybrid, predictive, and predictive. So it
Okay.
was like a mix of everything, but Agile was 50%
Okay. Okay.
approximately, I would say.
Okay. Got you. Got you. And one common question, Venkat, I normally get from many PMP aspirants who are reaching out to me via LinkedIn. They used to ask me, Gautam, whether memorizing this ITTOs are important or not. I wanted to ask you this question because you are a PMP certified. Does it make sense in studying that ITTOs and memorizing it?
uh, Memorizing, I think, I don't encourage memorizing and by hearting, because see, during the course of time when you read a questions, you cannot it is very difficult to correlate with. You need to understand the concept, and then you can understand it by having some examples in your mind, real life examples. Then yeah, that
Hmm.
would be helpful.
Got you. Got you, Venkat. Thanks for sharing this,
Thank
man. And my last question, your experience with EduHubSpot.
experience, it was really an awesome experience. First of all, the communication between the trainer and the participants, it was really very good, and there was spontaneous response from you for all the PMP queries. Whenever I interacted with you in email, there was a lot of spontaneous response, and really want to thank you for that. And
You're
as
welcome.
I have worked in people management, and I was able to, whenever you explained, I was able to correlate the real life situations with our EDO spot videos.
Uh-huh.
So you have been always a true mentor for me, and
Thank you,
also
Venkat.
Varun also. So the boot camps, basically, with respect to boot camps, discussions were taught me a lot of management related things. Like in my personal life, the estimation, cost estimation. So because I have a family, I get salary every month, and I used to spend. So yearly, how much expenditure, how much income, those kind of decision making with respect to estimation that they do with respect to cost, everything, it helped me.
That's interesting.
So
That's
yeah, I
interesting.
did it for my personal life also in my family.
Okay, that's nice,
Yes.
Venkat. It's awesome to hear. Yeah, this is the first time a student telling me
Mm.
that I used cost estimation technique in my personal life.
Yes,
Awesome,
yes,
buddy.
yes.
Awesome. And also, I wanted to tell you, you are one of the most attentive and most dedicated student I have ever worked with. And thanks for being that person.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Gautam.
Good, good. Thank you so much, Venkat, for taking your time and sharing your
Yeah.
experience. Again, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. And I know you personally. You are not the person who will be stopping only with PMP. You have other target in your mind. All the very best for your career and also all the learnings which you are going to have. And anyway, we are going to be in
Yeah.
touch. Thank you
Sure,
so
sure,
much,
sure,
Venkat.
Gautam. Thank you. Thank you very much.